Andy Ruiz silences the critics and makes them believers, me included. Let's review what happened.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex the livest one in the section. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. So what happened? I was very impressed with this fight. I was actually impressed with the entire event. Got my money's worth. I was really impressed with the entire event, man. We had high drama. We had an upset. But I'll talk about that, the overall event in depth on my live stream. But let's talk about the main event. Andy the Destroyer Ruiz. We head up with King Kong Ortiz, and I gotta tell you, man, I did not see how he was gonna win this fight. But I also said, yo, man, this is boxing. This is boxing, and anything's possible. And he heard me. First and foremost, you guys already heard me say countless times, I like Andy. And I just need for him to stay in shape. He said a lot of great things after the fight, like he wants to fight 3 or 4 times a year. That's a great thing to say. But now I need you to execute. Stop worrying about your physique. That's just your build. And if you don't like your physique, eat a little better. But you know what, Andy? Your physique is not the problem. That is clear. Because I saw a heavyweight in there with fast hands and a damn great chin. Because let's just review what happened as quick as we can. First round, they were feeling each other out, and it looked like King Kong was looking to counter. Obviously from the southpaw position, looked like he was walking down. He looked real comfortable in the first round. Round 2, this is where the problem came in. King Kong mixed it up with him on the inside, and Andy, with those T-Rex arms, throws a right hook, lands on the side of right by the ear, knocks Ortiz down, and he was hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, he was hurt. He was hurt. Now he gets up, and I think the second knockdown, he was still recovering from the first one. You know what I mean? So basically that was a 10-7 round, and one more knockdown, and there was a lot of time left. I think there was a minute left. Excuse me, if I remember correctly. And I'm like, wow, he drops him again. This is over. But Ortiz, the professional he is, he clinched, and he was wobbly. He was on rubber legs. He came out the next round on his toes, trying to establish his distance, because now he knows that on the inside, Andy's fast. Now, Ortiz also has an inside game. But in my opinion, I think when he got hit, I don't think his equilibrium came back the way it was supposed to. Well, you can never tell when your equilibrium comes back. You can never tell. He was a lot more cautious, and he understood that, yo, man, I can't get on the inside with this guy because I'm not well. My legs aren't reacting to what my mind wants it to do, and just know. And when King Kong kept him at the tip of the jab on the outside from mid-range, he was winning the fight. He was back in the fight. I had it closer than those cats at Fox had it, but whatever. And at that point, when I had it close, I said, you know what, I have it close, but all people are remembering is that second round. Those knockdowns was just sticking out like a sore thumb. And at that point, I said, this can't go to the cards because Ortiz is going to lose. And I forget which round it was late in the fight. Was it round 10? He dropped him again. Ortiz, every time he thought it was safe in the clinch, Andy is very fast with his hands. He's very slick, and he threw it right over the top. Boom. Dropped him again. Now, I can say, luckily for Ortiz, Andy don't have that one punch power. But it was enough. Very impressed by Andy. Very impressed. King Kong in the last round turned it up. Well, in the midst of that, later on, King Kong did hit Andy flush about 3 times. Andy has a hell of a chin because King Kong punches hard. He has a hell of a chin. It looked bad, but he was fine. And then in round 12, the final round, Ortiz, look, he said, I got to go for it. And he tried. Now, I was sitting there thinking, maybe if he just turned it up in the first round, if he came out in the first round like he did in the 12th, I don't know, maybe he was feeling maybe I'd make a mistake and get caught, or, the man's 43 years old. And if he doesn't get Andy out of there and fighting like that in the first 3 rounds, how's the rest of the fight going to look? Because I'm going to tell you something else. Stamina issues in 12 rounds, not Andy. Not Andy. Not Andy. His punch placement was right where he needed it to be. He was as accurate as he could. He was as accurate as he could be. So, look, I picked Ortiz to win this fight. I was wrong. Andy is very impressive. I like Andy. Y'all guys know that. I respect his fighting ability. I need him to remain disciplined. Stop worrying about what people say about your body. You are a millionaire, and you just beat King Kong Ortiz, and you are a major player. He called out Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has to take care of his business on October 15th against Robert Helenius. That's not an easy fight. Everyone will be checking to see what kind of state that Deontay is in as far as, fighting ability and, punch resistance. And if he can get past Helenius, I would like to see him fight Andy. It's a good fight, man. And shout out to Andy, man. Shout out to Andy. And shout out to King Kong, man. Shout out to Big Ump at the end. Let's talk about his demeanor real quick. He didn't cry and pout and grab belts. If there were anything, everyone has a belt now. He didn't throw stuff out the ring and leave and then come back and grab the mic and start saying incoherent stuff. He smiled. He high-fived Andy, shook the hands of the corner, said hello to his son. And people were saying, they were asking him, look, you're 43. What do you want to do? And he said, man, I'm a warrior. People like my performance, And I don't think he's going to hang it up. If he does, he does. But I think he'll come back. In this instance, Andy caught him early, and I don't think it took him a while to adjust. And he tried to be light on his feet to show that he was back in the fight. But look, for all the times undefeated, there's some things that I'm seeing right now, and especially like hand speed. The power's there. It's just that Andy has a great chin, and hand speed, it's just not there like it was 3 years ago. It's just not there. What does he do next? I don't know. Sheesh. Maybe he wants to fight the Chinese guy that got jerked against Hergovich. I don't know. I'd pay to see it. That might be that won't be pay-per-view though. That'll be, something on Fox or something. But salute to Andy, man. I'm happy for him. He showed class. Ortiz showed class. This was a heavyweight boxing bout. And I appreciated it, man. We had high drama and high skill. And by the way, y'all, let me reiterate. Andy went 12 distance. He went 12 rounds looking like that. Andy, stop worrying about your physique, man. Stop. You don't need to do that. So salute to Andy, salute to King Kong, man. And more on this during the week, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx on deck.
Move!